Hello, welcome guys to another episode of Cathy's Rain. So we got the computer, it's computer, let's move. Oh yeah, remove.
Color printer.
So we got a couple of stuff over here which are worth it. Now we got an audio recording of, well, Wade, what's his name? Something Wade. What's his name?
I'll write down.
Charles Wade. So we got an old voice record now of Charles Wade. We're gonna use it to trick his daughter so she can talk with us. So we're gonna get right into it, and yeah, here we go. Wish me luck.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message.
Or was it?
That combination.
Oh. I know what to do. On this one, the other one.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Cathy Rain and give her what she wants. Bye.
That should do it. What did you...
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Hi, Erica. This is Cathy Rain. I spoke to your father. He asked me to get in touch with you and said he would call ahead. You can reach me at 555-8352. Bye.
That was
Your
freaking
move,
smart.
Erica.
That is smart. Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there, Mildred.
Hi yourself, Agatha.
What? How'd you... Oh, never mind.
I know your social security number too.
Oh, God. Soon you'll start stealing my clothes and then walk around in them pretending to be me.
Who says I haven't done that already?
Okay, I admit that's pretty funny.
So anyway, how did
And
things go
creepy.
with Dave?
Pretty good. I had to sabotage your computer.
You had to what?
Oh, chill outy. It was just a tiny little thing. I just needed an excuse for the IT guy to come by so I could steal his password.
Clyde? But he's so nice. Why'd you want to steal his password?
It's a long story. And then I used Mr. Wade's synthesized voice to craft this fake message, which I left on her answering machine.
Now that's some out-of-the-box thinking.
Yep, just might be silly enough to work.
Yeah. Anyhow, feel free to keep using my computer. I need to do some homework anyway.
Sounds good. I'm sure I found everything in the picture of those lights, but I have a nagging feeling that they're connected to something I found yesterday.
Any clue what it is?
It's just Eileen.
Yeah, kinda rude.
Hey, E, got a sec?
Sure thing, Cathy. What's up?
Any ideas about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
Beats me. Maybe he found what he was looking for. Or it found him.
Did you just quote a tagline from one of those cheesy horror novels?
Maybe.
What do you think of this cocky person?
Well, the nickname makes me think of, boy parts.
And you call yourself a Christian? I wonder what was so special about Lily Myers. Well, besides her being a talented artist who drowned herself in a lake.
I bet there's some secret about her art. Let's hope Charles Wade has some answers.
So, what's your take on this Charles Wade?
I'm not sure. He sounded like a super nice guy on that tape, but media says that he's a ruthless businessman.
The tape is over 2 decades old. Maybe he's changed.
Either that or he is very different in his private life. Hard to know without actually seeing him.
Yeah, true.
What do you think of Lily Myers' art?
I actually looked her up this morning, and I couldn't find any records of her being recognized as an artist.
Yeah, I doubt there was ever a chance for that to happen. Wade bought everything shortly after she died. I only got a chance to see this one picture. Wasn't all that bad, but nothing breathtaking.
Well, maybe there's more to her art than meets the eye. Something Wade knew, and we're missing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's hard to...
I should get back to the investigation.
Okie dokie.
Hold up.
Hey, E,
Sure thing.
That's hard to figure out.
I don't need to Look what I got last week, E.
Wow, is that thing even, legal?
I have no idea.
Sometimes I really worry about you, Kathy.
Well, your days of worrying are over. We're protected by 100,000 volts now.
Oh, brother.
I don't need to show. Trust me, I've tried. E is the epitome of purity. No tobacco, no fast food, no alcohol. She basically rejects everything awesome.
No alcohol? Why are we even alive?
Trust me, I've tried. Have a look at this brochure, E.
Yeah, what about it?
Notice anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, the logo looks a bit unusual with the 3 orb thingies. Normally, the Holy Trinity is symbolized by 3 overlapping circles or a triangle-shaped knot. This is different from that.
Huh. Interesting.
So that relates to the freaking photo.
I don't need to show her. I found this old picture of Grandpa at my grandparents' place.
That's nice. He looks really happy there.
Yep. I wonder what made him leave the Air Force.
He was in a war, That kind of thing tends to scar people for life.
I suppose. I don't need to show. Dave really came through for me. The software on this thing is amazing.
Yeah, he's a real whiz.
What do you think about this flower?
It's beautiful. What kind of flower is it?
No idea. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I got a botany book around here somewhere. I could look it up later.
Sure, that would be great, E. Thanks.
That would help a
Anytime.
lot.
Hey, E, check this out.
Wow, they're hypnotic. Looks like a will-o'-the-wisp. The spirit of the forest.
Now, that's just silly, Eileen. There has to be a more reasonable explanation for them.
Hey, there's nothing silly about forest spirits. You should talk to Meadow, my Wiccan friend. She's really opened my eyes about these sort of things.
Isn't it your opportunity to instead of people like her to be who had an intimate relationship with the tree outside the
Isn't that the same Meadow who had an intimate relationship with the tree outside her dorm?
Oh, come on. That was just a phase.
Trust me, I've been through every phase in the book. That definitely isn't one of them.
a freaking tree?
I already showed her that.
A freaking tree! Wow,
I don't need to show her that.
that is something.
I should get back to the investigation.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
Nah, the trap is already set. Hopefully.
I don't know what I'm looking for over here. I'm gonna take a nap.
Nah,
Can I get out?
Nah, I have nowhere I need to go.
Look what I have to do. Actually, a couple of stuff that I have to do.
It's the brochure that priest gave me at the funeral. The logo stands out, but other than that, it's just the usual church mumbo-jumbo. Washing away your sins, salvation, blah, blah. There's also an address at the bottom. If I ever feel like getting my God on. Huh. Good old Satan. Better get his snowmobile ready for that day. That logo at the top looks familiar. Haven't I seen something similar to it today?
Yep, you have.
A printed picture of the strange smoky lights. It appears to have been taken somewhere in Conwell Woods. Now that I look at them, they remind me of something I picked up yesterday.
Picked up yesterday? What did you pick up?
It's a bright red. I might have to visit them after all.
Oh,
Things are shaping up. I'm starting to get some good leads on the picture of the 3 lights.
Cool. Is there anything I can help with?
Well, my side of the room is starting to get a bit messy. There's always that.
Haha, I meant with the investigation, silly.
I guess you could try to find out more about these lights. Maybe figure out where that picture was taken.
I know exactly where to start.
Good. I'm gonna get some food now before I pass out.
Okie dokie. I'll grab my books and get cracking.
All right, see you in a bit.
all cool.
Hey,
Hey!
Anything new? You got something?
so any progress with the search?
Yeah, I was able to identify that flower. It's called the red scythe, or Rosea falcus. I discovered that there was a small nature reserve near Conwell Springs, which was established in '89. The red scythe is on their list of endangered plants. I made a photocopy of the botany book page in case you want it later.
That's something. I should go check it out. Maybe I can narrow down the place where that picture was taken. And, good work, Eileen.
Happy to help. So what?
Oh, hang on. I'll go get that.
Okie dokie.
I should answer the phone.
Come on, I want to talk with her first. Screw it. Does it get picked up?
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Kathy Rain.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before. I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
I didn't accept her apology.
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in '81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once. And when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips. Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask, why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds. What happened to your grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
Oh, yeah.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. Father had many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
That's unfortunate.
What do you know about Lily Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing. But other than that, not much. We never knew the family.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
What happened?
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
The community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes, it's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
I'm gonna lie, that's dumb.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Oh, that little girl had a twisted mind, let me tell you that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection. Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of them, quite frankly.
I see. That's cool for you.
Do you know anything about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
That's all? That's all?
Okay, that's all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more questions.
Will do.
All right. Wade is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic.
Yeah.
That was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs.
Being treated? He's sick?
Looks that way. Small miracle they managed to keep it out of the press.
Yeah, I suppose you're returning to talk to him?
It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now.
I suppose. Scrabble?
Oh, you're so on. I will crush you.
I'd love to watch them play. That night, Kathy dreams.
Turning your pawn into a queen, is that the plan, buddy boy?
What the
You
hell?
know me, I'm always playing the long game, old friend. That may be, but you're running out of pieces. First you lost your queen, then your knight. All that matters is the king. Delusional as always. The king is dead. Long live the king, check.
What the hell was that?
Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
Oh, you. Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Mr. Wade is the plan. I'll head for the clinic right away. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this. You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks, E.
Thank you,
Oh,
buddy.
by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right. Yeah.
Give me a page.
Color print. It's some advanced.
You gave me a freaking page? Oh yeah.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
Huh. Cool.
Hey, E,
Sure thing.
what's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like an okay bunch to me. Just your regular old Christians, my kind of crowd.
That's just it. They seem a bit too normal. And there's that logo, too.
It could just be a coincidence, Kathy. The Holy Trinity is typically portrayed as a triangle.
I don't believe in coincidences, E. I believe in action and reaction.
Gee, you sound like a starship captain. Captain Rain of the USS Dignity, here to save the galaxy.
Oh, please kill me now. So, what am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. I thought it might help you find the place where that picture was taken.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you, I guess. Alright. Yeah, that should be all.
I should get back to the investigation.
Okie dokie.
Alright, let me go.
All right, I'm off. Peace outie.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Sure thing. Bye-bye. Looked weird. Really weird. Check on Mr. Wade. Buddy? What you doing? Oh.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that.
Sift through the trash.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. It's that homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny.
What's up, boy?
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Gober. Everyone calls me Gober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
The hell are you
Not
talking
ringing
about?
any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
Yeah, wow.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother? Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, the priest, is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
I see.
Want to smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other two?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay. Do you know what this key opens?
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, brother.
Cool guy.
Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy.
Well, he got some kids. Over there at least, somehow.
I don't need to. Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Enlightening. Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Whoa, that sucks.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Dude, what the hell? Why is it always dead?
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
Let's see, anything else around here? How's it going? Let's see. Mr. Wade.
Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant. Was expecting a calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt.
Nice.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. I can't read it from...
Hey, buddy.
She looks bored out of her mind. Pretty understandable, to be honest. Excuse me, nurse?
Hello
Hey,
there.
nurse! Yeah?
They didn't pay you much, huh?
They don't pay you much, huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
Okay, rude.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow. Again? No thanks. I'm gonna have to think outside the box.
Come on.
A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it.
That's
Pretty sure she would object to that. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations.
Actually, let me smoke.
I prefer to smoke outdoors.
Rita? No, she won't. Good.
No point. I wouldn't even know what room to go to.
How do I distract her? Can I?
I wish, but she'd just call security on me. That doesn't need unlock.
Oh no, how the hell do I distract her?
Time for a smoke break, don't you think?
What?
You smoke?
No way. Those things will kill you.
Honey, I have no clue what to do with you.
I don't want to show her. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want.
You have no clue what I'm supposed to do over here.
I don't want. I don't want. No thanks.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't want to burn that.
Come on, let me burn it.
I can't do. I don't want to zap that. Rows and columns of files.
You gotta freaking help me out here.
I can't do. Smoking. I prefer to smoke out. I don't want to burn that.
Honey, I don't really give a damn.
I'm sure the church is hiding something. I don't trust that priest. There's something really off about him.
Come on.
Again? No.
Honey, you gotta help me out over here.
I don't want to show.
You know what? I'm gonna try the body over here. Yeah, he can actually help me.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi.
Blah blah blah, live performance.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Natural Bald Killers would be the obvious choice.
Bald move.
Let's try this one out.
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen. Okay, Doctor, I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Yeah, that did not work. Guess another one?
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow. Hey, dude.
Oh,
Hey.
Let's see.
Probably The Silence of Lambert.
Oh, I'm gonna be loud.
You go be loud.
Al Consuelo, how I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me! Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Huh. Bad.
Hey. Hey. Definitely.
Which was it?
Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Something is wrong with you, buddy. Guess that's a no. That is the third one.
Hey, doof.
Oh,
Hey.
sure.
How about
Business. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's the smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Screw you.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Nurse? He's seizing!
Oh shit!
Good.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later. Rows and columns of
Maybe you have to, maybe you don't have to.
Employee of the Month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Huh.
A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it.
Shit. Well,
It's labeled.
I don't want I got, so screw it, let's use it. Can I get Simunda's? What the hell is that? I'm gonna write it down. Simunda's Auto Gador? What kind of freaking password is that? Simunda's Auto Gador. Wait. Wait. Earth. Okay. DOB 81424 NA. Far from Dr. A. Fudman. Street Francis. AC Street. Is that street right? Francis Medical Center KC. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good, and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Nice. Also, I want to search. I think no one else. Is there someone else? I want to search. Lily. And actually Rain. I think. Joseph Irvin Rain. Baseball brought in by law enforcement in the state of confusion. Apparent exterior trauma. Pupil dilation normal. Unresponsive to other stimuli. Possible stroke referring to neurologist for further diagnosis. Cool. Is it Miles? Lily? Got Lily, Joseph, Rain. Hold up. Got Wade. And Charles. Is anyone else? Don't think so. Okay, let me check where is he at. Is he somewhere? I don't think he's somewhere. Oh, this room. 6B. Cool.
Rose.
I think that's all I need. Let's go up.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
This must like you're assuming a lot, Mr. Reed.
I don't need to piggyback on favors. I make my own way.
A stance I can respect. Very well, you have piqued my curiosity. Who are you?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
A lot. A lot.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
Tell him Grandpa's not to blame. Go there about tough love.
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
Tell me about him.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
It's not about Mom. Yeah.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. more than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Yeah, true.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
Art
There was a
theft?
burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
That sucks.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Wow.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Yeah, it is.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Yeah, that's a creepy one.
I don't need to show. Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question like that.
Well, I am.
I don't.
I definitely am.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Do you know what this is?
A flower. Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
I'm sorry, this is what I have.
I don't. He's being cooperative at the moment. I shouldn't push my luck. I don't.
I guess that's all for
Thanks,
today.
Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Will do, definitely. Let's see what we have over here.
He looks weak, but his eyes are sharp. Just some boring landscape paintings. Just some boring landscape.
Anything around here? There's a phone.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old tunes with him.
Yep, he did.
That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day.
How many cows?
I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig. A private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.
Obviously, he does. Obviously, he does. Let me push my luck.
I am not suicidal, thanks.
Oh gosh.
I don't need to show him that.
Anyways, I'm gonna end this over here. I done well, I guess, for today. And yeah, that should be more than enough. We have talked to Wade, found out of stuff. Can deal with that later on. Anyways, take care everyone. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and let's see you next time with a new one. Ciao, ciao.